So the father of a suspected school shooter is the latest parent in the U.S. to be convicted of a crime in connection with their children's actions. A Georgia jury yesterday found Colin Gray guilty of second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter in connection with a deadly 2024 school shooting. So Gray's son, Colt, is now charged with killing 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachia High School. Prosecutors say that Gray gave his son access to the gun and ammunition despite multiple warning signs. Let's talk about this now with Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, this is a case here where the kids do the crime, but the parents do the time.
Wow, that's the best way of looking at it. I totally agree that this is a new approach. So let's start there in the Michigan case, first in the country where a parent convicted for having some type of responsibility for failing to monitor their children in a scenario where a school shooting is involved. I've talked about this a number of times here in the past, that when you have school shootings, they are horrific. They're the worst scenario that you want to have. As parents, we can appreciate and understand that. But they're trying to find where accountability is, and typically accountability is with a civil claim. But we found over the years that that's not enough. Right. That's not a deterrent. And so folks are now trying to find ways to punish parents, and this is the second opportunity to do that. 2 counts of second-degree murder, count of manslaughter, and it was a novel approach. The prosecutors didn't have to prove that the parents pulled the trigger, but they had to prove a felony murder type, a negligence type of claim, where it's, did the father have a duty of care? Did he have a responsibility to protect and watch over his child and ensure that he doesn't do something like this? Did he breach that duty? Was it knowing? Was it foreseeable? And this is a case where they used his own words in verbal and in text. When the officers arrived at the house to talk to the father, he said, "I knew it." They looked at text messages between the father and the daughter, and he was asking, "Hey, do you know where your brother is?" And he was like, "You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking." So they used his own words against him in the prosecution, saying, look, you knew that something like this could have happened, but you failed to take action to stop this from occurring. The prosecutor ended by saying it could have been all prevented by you just taking the firearm.
Right. How significant, though, is this verdict? I know you said this is the second time that we're seeing this in history where parents now are being held responsible for your kids' actions, but you are called a parent.
Yeah, I think it's significant for a number of reasons. First of all, you're going to have to be able to connect that criminality to the parent, where it's not just a failure or I should say a lack of supervision, but it's a failure to heed warnings. It's that depraved heart. It's this reckless disregard for human life. If you know these types of things are there, these signs that are recognizable, we don't expect the parents to be psychologists or psychiatrists, but we do expect, if you notice there are signs, that you should intervene, and at the very minimum, you shouldn't provide the ammunition and the firearm so that something like this could happen. And the father provided the firearm, provided the ammunition. And then made the comments that he knew. I think all 3 of those things kind of lined up, and it just will have to be similar facts. I don't think it's going to be as if as the prosecutor stated, that this is going to deter parents from things like this happening in the future, because I don't think there's going to be a large number of gun sales going down because of a parent being convicted for this. I think it will increase awareness. I think it will increase understanding of looking for those signs, but I don't think it'll have the secondary effect that the prosecutor believes it will after a conviction.
That's a very valid point, though, because that's exactly what I was saying. It's raising your awareness, because you're saying, hey, as a parent, you know your child. You know what your child is capable of, and so you know good and well if my child is showing me mental issues or physical issues or things that are not lining up, I cannot then give you the gun and give you ammunition to be able to have this crime. Real quick, to be able to point out, what did prosecutors really have to prove specifically in this case?
Failure to seek or intervene, failure to seek some type of supervision, failure to recognize that, hey, he has a number of red flags that have been raised. I, as the parent, need to step up. I have a duty to do that, and I failed my duty. It's just like duty, breach, causation, and damages. They said these were foreseeable, and you failed to stop a foreseeable risk.
Khalif Rhodes, appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.